You're bleeding respect and you don't even know where the wound is. Right now, as you read this, people are making mental notes about you, filing you away in categories you'd hate: unreliable, gossip, exhausting, self-absorbed. And the worst part? Nobody will tell you. They'll just slowly distance themselves, stop inviting you, stop trusting you, stop taking you seriously. But here's what's really happening. You're sabotaging yourself with habits so common, so normalized, that you think they're harmless. Small leaks that drain your credibility drop by drop until one day you look around and wonder why nobody respects you anymore. Today, I'm going to show you exactly where you're bleeding. 5 habits that are murdering your reputation while you sleep. And unlike everyone else in your life, I'm going to tell you the truth, the uncomfortable, liberating, necessary truth. Habit number 1. You're a gossip, and everyone knows it. Let me tell you about Rachel. Smart girl, worked at a tech company I consulted for. Talented developer, could have gone far. But Rachel had this habit. She always knew everyone's business. Who was getting divorced? Who was about to be fired? Who was sleeping with whom? At first, people loved talking to Rachel. She made them feel included, important, part of the inner circle. Until one day, everyone realized the same thing at once. If Rachel talks about everyone else to me, she's talking about me to everyone else. The shift was subtle, but devastating. Conversations died when she approached. Meetings happened without her. Promotions passed her by. She never understood why her career stalled. She was technically brilliant, but nobody trusted her with anything that mattered. Here's the truth that destroys gossips. When you talk about others, you're not bonding with your listener. You're warning them. You're literally announcing, "I can't be trusted with information." Every piece of gossip you share is an advertisement for your untrustworthiness. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his private journal how much trouble he avoids who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does. But here's what he didn't write. What I learned the hard way. People remember the messenger of bad news. They remember who brought negativity into their day. They remember who made them feel dirty for listening. I learned this after destroying a friendship. My friend James told me something in confidence about his struggling marriage. I told just one person, my girlfriend. She told her best friend. Within 2 weeks, James's personal crisis was office knowledge. When he traced it back, guess where it led? The look on his face when he realized it was me. I still see it sometimes. The antidote isn't just don't gossip. It's this. When someone starts gossiping to you, stop them. Say, "I don't think they'd want us discussing this." Watch how quickly you become the person everyone trusts, because in a world of leakers, the person who keeps secrets becomes invaluable. Habit number 2. Your word means nothing. Sarah promised she'd review my presentation. First thing Monday morning, she said with that confident smile. Monday came, nothing. Tuesday, Wednesday. Finally, Thursday afternoon, a rushed email. "So sorry, crazy week. We'll look tonight." She never did. But here's the thing about Sarah. She's not a bad person. She genuinely meant it when she promised. She really intended to help. The problem? Sarah's intentions are worthless because in the real world, nobody cares about your intentions. They care about your actions. Every broken promise is a withdrawal from your reputation bank account. Every "I'll be there" that turns into a no-show. Every "I'll call you back" that becomes silence. Every "count on me" that becomes an excuse. You're not just breaking promises. You're training people to discount everything you say. I learned this brutally when I was 26. My mentor, David, asked me to contribute to a project. Small thing, maybe 2 hours of work. I said yes, enthusiastically. Then I got busy, kept pushing it off. After 3 weeks of almost done, David stopped asking. But worse, he stopped offering opportunities. 3 years later, over drinks, he told me, "That project? I didn't need your contribution. I was testing if you were ready for bigger things. You failed." Seneca knew this truth. Every new thing excites admiration, but familiarity breeds contempt. Your excited promises are the new thing. Your broken commitments are the familiarity. And once people become familiar with your unreliability, contempt isn't far behind. The fix isn't complicated, but it requires brutal honesty with yourself. Before you say yes, pause, think. Can you actually do this? Will you actually do this? If there's even a 20% chance you won't follow through, say no. A honest no builds more respect than a broken yes ever could. Habit number 3, you can't shut up and listen. Watch yourself in your next conversation. Really watch. Notice how when someone's talking, you're not actually listening. You're loading your response. You're waiting for your turn. You're looking for the pause where you can jump in with your story, your opinion, your experience. I used to be chronic at this. Someone would mention they went to Barcelona, and I'd immediately interrupt. Oh, I love Barcelona. Did you go to that little tapas place near? And just like that, their experience became my monologue. My wake-up call came during a team meeting. I interrupted my colleague Lisa 3 times in 5 minutes. The third time, she just stopped mid-sentence, looked at me and said quietly, "Do you want to hear what I was saying, or should I just email it to you later?" The room went silent. Everyone was thinking the same thing. I was that guy, the one who loves his own voice more than anyone else's thoughts. Epictetus, who started as a slave and became a philosopher, understood this. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. But here's the deeper truth. When you interrupt, you're not just being rude. You're announcing that you think your thoughts are more valuable than theirs. You're literally saying, "Stop talking. I'm more important." The respect killer isn't the interruption itself. It's what it reveals about your character. It shows you're insecure, need to prove you know things, self-absorbed, your thoughts matter most, and undisciplined, can't control your impulses. Here's the practice that changed everything for me. The 2-second pause. When someone finishes speaking, count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, then respond. Those 2 seconds do something magical. They show you we're listening, not just waiting. They demonstrate control. They create space for thought instead of reaction. Try it. Watch how differently people respond to you. Habit number 4. You're a chronic complainer. Mike complained about everything. The coffee was too cold. The meeting was too long. The client was too demanding. The weather was too hot. Traffic was too bad. Life was too hard. At first, people sympathized. Yeah, traffic sucks. Totally, this weather is brutal. But slowly, Mike became toxic. Not because he was wrong, traffic did suck, the weather was brutal, but because he turned every interaction into an energy drain. Being around Mike was exhausting. He was a black hole of negativity. One day, Mike wondered why he wasn't invited to the team lunch. Then the next one, then the important meetings, then the promotion discussions. Mike thought he was being discriminated against. The truth? Nobody could stand being around him. His negativity had become his identity. Here's what chronic complainers don't understand. Complaining is a confession of weakness. Every complaint announces, "I'm a victim of my circumstances. I can't handle discomfort. I need the world to be perfect for me to be okay." Marcus Aurelius, while leading armies and managing plagues, wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." Complainers live everywhere but the present. They're in the past, what went wrong, or the future, what might go wrong, but never in the now. What can I do? I broke my complaint addiction with a simple rule: no complaining without a solution. Can't fix it? Then accept it. Can fix it? Then fix it. But sitting in the middle, whining about it? That's where respect goes to die. The moment I stopped complaining, something weird happened. Problems didn't disappear, but people started coming to me with solutions instead of problems. I became the person who fixed things rather than the person who pointed out what was broken. That shift changed everything. Habit number 5. You make everything about you. Here's the killer habit nobody sees in themselves. Conversational narcissism. Your friend mentions they're tired. You launch into how exhausted you are. Someone shares good news. You immediately top it with your better news. Someone's struggling. You hijack it with your worst struggle. Jennifer did this constantly. You'd mention a headache. She had a migraine. You ran a 5K. She ran a marathon. Your kid got into college. Her kid got into a better college. Every conversation became a competition she didn't know she was having. Every interaction became about her, through her, for her. The result? People stopped sharing. Why tell Jennifer anything when she'd just make it about herself? Why be vulnerable when she'd minimize your experience with her bigger, better, more important experience? This habit is respect suicide because it reveals a devastating truth. You're not actually interested in other people. You're using them as launching pads for your own stories. They're not humans to you. They're audiences. The cure requires something most people can't do: genuine curiosity about others. When someone shares something, ask a follow-up question instead of sharing your related story. When they tell you about their trip, ask what surprised them instead of talking about your travels. When they're struggling, ask how they're coping instead of comparing wounds. The uncomfortable truth. These 5 habits aren't character flaws, they're fear responses. You gossip because you fear being excluded. You break promises because you fear saying no. You interrupt because you fear being forgotten. You complain because you fear taking responsibility. You make everything about you because you fear being invisible. But here's what Seneca understood that we don't. Every new thing excites the mind, but a mind that seeks truth turns to older truths. The old truth is simple. Respect isn't earned through impression management. It's earned through consistent character. People don't respect you for what you know, who you know, or what you've done. They respect you for who you are when nobody's watching. They respect you for the promises you keep when it's inconvenient. They respect you for the secrets you hold when sharing them would benefit you. They respect you for listening when you're dying to talk. You're not losing respect because people are judgmental. You're losing respect because you're showing them every day in small ways that you can't be trusted with it. The good news? Every single one of these habits can be broken, not through willpower or motivation, but through simple awareness. Once you see yourself gossiping, promise-breaking, interrupting, complaining, self-centering, once you really see it, you can't unsee it. And what you can see, you can change. But change requires something most people won't do: admitting you're the problem. Not them, not circumstances, not bad luck. You. The question isn't whether you have these habits. You do. We all do. The question is whether you'll admit it, own it, and fix it, or whether you'll read this, think interesting, and go back to bleeding respect, one conversation at a time. If these ideas stirred something deep within you, if you felt the pull toward a more authentic existence, you're not alone in this journey. Subscribe to School of Philosophy and ring the notification bell to join thousands of free thinkers exploring the deepest questions of human existence. Each day, we dive into the minds of history's greatest philosophers. Your awakening mind deserves nothing less.